right, so welcome back to another backtesting session of 2024, right? So that's the year that we're in, or that's the year that we're trading. So without further ado, let me just make myself kind of smaller. And let's get into it. So coming into the morning, let's see what we're looking at. Okay. Again, we finished off last video at all-time highs. So again, given the logic, we should be aiming for that again. However, we do have we have an SMT right here, but to be honest with you, the move's kind of over, I feel like. So again, still bullish. I'm going to be targeting those highs. Go for those all-time highs. There we go. Okay, forget that. We're actually just dumping. Trying to see where. Okay. So our possible target could be previous day lows. So we could be targeting all over here. Another thing that we have here is an SMT with this low. So again, I want to see a rejection and a push higher towards all-time highs. But we're going to have to see how that turns out. We're still holding that SMT, by the way. See if we can get a continuation move. Something like that. Okay, so we have a 1 minute CISD here. Now, what am I going to target? We're still respecting that SMT right there. It's a risky trade, to be honest with you. Because this is a rejection out of this 15-minute fair value gap. But again, we have the SMTs at the lows. We'll give it a shot. Stopped out. I'm gonna try longs again. Just a final shot. No freaking way. Ain't no way. I'm going break even. All right, I'm gonna take off one. This is already aftermarket AM close, so I'm gonna take off one. Still going to try to target that high. Yeah, stopped out. We also had an SMT, so it was only reasonable. I didn't see that. But anyways, so let's go on to the next one. To be honest, I think the move that I should have done was probably taking this 5 minute. Well, actually, there was no 5 minute here. Yeah, there was no 5 minute, so. And probably the trade that I had taken here, this one right here, I don't think that was the best trade I could have taken, to be honest with you. The reason why is because I didn't notice that we had already mitigated this 5 minute fair value gap and inversed it. So the trade that I took probably wasn't valid at all. So anyways, but let's move on to the next. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. Okay, so we have an SMT here at the lows. Again, I really like this for longs. At this 4-hour SMT. Now, for our targets, I would really like to get London highs here. Then we have Asia highs right over here. So London here. We're about to sweep this on ES, by the way, so you better watch out for that. Then Asia right here. And then I don't know what this is, but this is actually New York PM high on ES. So let's go ahead and do that. So we have Asia highs. We have London highs here. And then we have buy side, New York PM high on ES. We have London highs on right here. And then finally we have, what was it supposed to be? No, my bad. This is London highs. And then this is Asia highs. My bad. I got confused. Okay. So I'm going to be looking for at least a distribution towards London highs. All right, we just swept London highs on ES, on NQ. However, on ES, we just swept PM highs as well and Asia highs. So we kind of took out all these draws and we have an SMT, an active SMT right there. So I think I'm going to start looking for my targets lower. Let me just go ahead and mark out those SMTs that we have here. Okay, this SMT shouldn't hold anymore. The reason why is because this SMT up here is resting at a superior liquidity. So yeah, I think we're still gonna go lower. But again, it all depends. Okay, never mind. That SMT is broken. This is nasty priced action, bro. It's horrible. Okay, next. I know that there's this 5 minute that opened up, right? But to be honest with you, given that we no longer have that SMT at the highs, it doesn't give me as much confidence to target lower. Plus, the targets that we have are actually kind of like, it's actually kind of chopped. I'll be honest with you. Like, look at this. Look at this. Not only that, but we also have SMTs everywhere, bro. So like, no, I'm not taking this. And then if you look at the 5 minute, look at how we're ranging, bro. Like, this is nasty. 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 But anyways, let's go on to the next one. Let me drink something real quick. Okay, so what are we looking at here? So we had news at 7 a.m. Let's start looking at what we're dealing with. So ES and NQ both swept data highs, so we're going to be looking for data lows as an option, or an open draw on liquidity. And we're going to be looking for a leg or a fair value gap and imbalance to target those lows. Okay. At open, I'd really like for us to test this range or these levels, and then from there I'll take a short. I'm going to be looking very closely at ES and NQ, by the way. All right, we just swept data lows on NQ. ES still has those lows intact. We have an SMT forming now on the 5 minute and on the 15 minute as well. So from here, I'd expect a displacement higher, possibly targeting these highs. Okay, never mind. Okay, we've swept everything out. Hopefully we can get a setup so we could target this previous day lows. Okay, and the leg that I have here, I'd like us to reach higher, to be honest with you. I don't see anything, man. Yeah, nothing. Okay, so let me go over this real quick. So I know we have this 15 minute that opened up. We also have, what is it, this 5 minute that opened up, right? We could have taken shorts off of that towards previous day low, but the issue here is the fact that in this whole 5 minute leg, we did not retrace to any of our OT levels, right? So not here, right? Here we did not retrace into the OTE level. Neither did we retrace here, right? And as we kept on making swing lows, for example, right here, we did not retrace into that level a single time, right? And then we go all the way back here, right? And throughout the remainder of the AM session, I mean, we got close to this 0.5 level right here, but look at this. We did not ever touch or test these levels, right? We were like way off. And probably 10 a.m. is going to do the distribution, hopefully. Well, there you have it. Straight buns. But anyways, let's move on to Thursday. Just bunsy session, bro. Look at how we're trending on the 4-hour, dog. Look at this. Look at how we're trending. This is just horrible. This is literally barcode price action, bro. I don't remember. Well, I wasn't trading back in 2024, but still, it's terrible. Anyways, what are we looking at here? I do want to look for shorts here. We have very nice targets here. We have what's this? 90.25. We have London lows here. We also have previous day lows, I want to say here. Is that right? Yeah. We have previous day lows here. Yeah, we also have this low right here as well. So let's go ahead and start marking these out. Both on NQ and ES. Another thing I'd like to point out is the fact that, my bad, I felt somebody behind me. We also have this open liquidity right here. This open sell side on both ES and NQ. So that could be a potential target. So let's go ahead and mark all this out. Again, the reason why I want to take shorts is, again, I know I'm saying SMTs a lot, right? But like, I swear to you, like, you know, I have a reason for these. So like right here on NQ, we have the London highs intact, while on ES, the 6 o'clock candle swept London lows, London highs, my bad. So we do have a high time frame SMT here. Then we also have London lows resting here as our drawn liquidity. We have previous day low here. And then we have an additional sell side liquidity as well down here. Which would also be previous day low. So what the frick? I thought I put London lows. Okay. Anyways, so let's look at the lower time frame. I do want to see us retrace into OTE, so get us around 0.5 level right here, to be honest with you. But anyways, let's see how we react off market open. Bang. Okay, so expecting a huge rejection here. I'll take this, right? I'll take it off this rejection block. And I'll probably take it all the way over here. So let me go ahead and do that. Okay, stopped out. Try this again. Oh crap, I entered on ES. Ain't no way, dog. Ain't no freaking way. Okay, whatever. So we're sweeping all this liquidity on NQ. Well, ES mainly, right? And we're just dumping, bro. Oh my god. We swept both the sell side liquidity and London lows here. Hopefully we get a 5-minute fair value gap so we could pull back into. We're hitting OTE, so we could finally target previous day low and the sell side liquidity right there. Nah, I'll take it right here. Ain't no freaking way. Okay, so given that we have this inversion, I'm not gonna see if hopefully I could get a tracement into here and continue to target lower. I like the rejection, by the way. Dang. Okay, cool. All right. So not bad. Not bad at all. So we took a 5-minute a 1-minute long off a 5-minute fair value gap, right? OTE level was the 0.5 level. Initially my I was going to enter right here, but as you guys saw, I did not get an entry, and we ended up inversing this 1-minute fair value gap. And after we had that 1-minute inversion, I ended up waiting till price respected the wick, the CE of this gap, and I ended up entering off of here, I believe. I ended up entering right here, and I ended up taking this short towards previous day lows and sell side liquidity. And then from here we have an SMT, and we're just gonna rally higher. So not bad. Not bad, not bad. I like it. Let me just see how the session ends. And then we have this pullback now. Yeah, we're actually gonna just chop here. Okay, let's move on to the next. Good trading session. Not bad. The frick? I did not order this. Anyways, let's continue. So this is Friday, November 15th, 2024. Let's continue to see what's going on. So, dog, we're just free falling at this point. What are we looking at? Okay, so we have an SMT here with ES and at the sell side liquidity. Okay, so if we are going to take longs, what the hell am I going to be looking for? That's a thing. What draws on liquidity are open on both assets? Nothing really, isn't there? Oh, well, we have London highs. Oh, sorry, data highs here. I didn't notice. So this could be a potential move that we could take on both assets. I hope. I need to check. Yeah. Yeah, this is an open drawn liquidity on both assets. So we have sell side liquidity down here. That's where we have the SMT. We have data highs here and here. So again, I'm not going to take this trade just purely off of an SMT. I'm going to be waiting for an imbalance to form as the model dictates. And then we have the SMT that just failed. Okay, whatever. At this point, I don't even know what to expect, dog. Like, if I were to take a long off this, or a short off this, I would have to wait. Look at this. Look at this crap. Just... this is bull crap, bro. And, you know, I think most people would have taken the short right here off this 5 minute, but to be honest with you, we're not even in discount at all, or premium in this case, so there's no point to that at this point. I think, yeah, I think the rest of the session is just chopped. Yeah, anyways, let's move on to the next one. And this is where we end the video. 26 minutes, not bad. W session, let's go over our P&L for the day. As you guys know, if you guys already watched the video, I made 450 on the eval, so not too bad. And so far we've made 3.9, almost 4K. Not bad. Not bad, not bad, not bad. Being very calm with our trades. So far, a profitable month for 2024. So this is how backtesting looks like, guys. Sometimes the trades that I take on here and the trades that, you know, my psychology on here isn't as bad as sometimes my psychology gets when I'm on the charts, like when I'm actively, like, you know, live trading. So, but mainly I just use backtesting to have more confidence in my model. You know what I mean? Confidence in my reading of price action. So yeah, I'll catch you guys later, and hope you guys enjoyed the video.